are in fact live. Just keep that in mind.
Okay, okay. I'm live everywhere or just the usual? Oh, we'll be here at the same time, I guess. One second, guys. I've been left to my own devices this week, so you know that's a minute to get set up. How's everybody doing? Great, fantastic. We hope the internet is working good in here. So far, so good. Facebook. Will it throw me off or will it throw you off? Nobody yet?
You're rolling, baby.
I'm rolling. They see me rolling. Speaking of rolling, do you know another Fast and Furious is coming out? Jesus, that's what, number 30? Fun fact, I've never seen a Fast and the Furious all the way through. After they rolled that car to the moon, I was like, this may not be the franchise for me. Guys, we are waiting on Shaun. He had a meeting across the street, so he said he'll be here in 2 minutes. But you can get your questions started now. Derek Wawrinka, my broker, is here also from M1 Realty. So if I get stuck, I'm going to just ask him. I see Shaun now, and he is walking and fussing with that, chomping that gum and fussing. And he got a pop for himself. Good thing I got my own water. What type of guest? It is okay. It is all right. Let me cut this down. When you're a big shot, I guess you can be late. Us normal folks, 15 minutes early. Let me get my energy ready because here he comes. Jesus. Here he comes. Let me get the questions out. I'm going to try to stick to script, y'all. I really am, but I don't know how this is going to work. We're going to see. Hi, Facebook. Hello, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. Everybody but Instagram. Instagram, y'all got to get on the StreamYard bandwagon here. Oh, here he comes. It's okay. You ain't got to be, you can be yourself.
What's up, man?
I told him, I said,
all right.
I said, listen, you right here.
All right, man. I was running a little behind. Sorry about that, baby.
I told him, I said, when you big dogs, they can be in meetings and everything. And y'all, he got something to drink for himself. We're at.
You need something to drink?
No, I got old regular designing.
What's that? How you doing, Derek? What up, Trip? How you doing, baby? Good. Good.
We are at the multi-billion-dollar headquarters of UWM.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Here. And you may be wondering, Damon, how did you get that gig? I used to work here for 12 years. So I pulled in the teensy-weensy favor to do this from UWM today. But I'm the type of person, I need to hear right from the horse's mouth. I need to hear, don't wait on rates, don't do this, do that, this isn't really this is that. So I figure why not come to the best person. For those who don't know, this is Shaun, the mortgage guy, Groves. He's been in the business 20 years or since he was a child. But your parents were realtors as well, yes?
Yes, yeah. My parents both were real estate brokers, and that's how I got into the business, man.
You didn't have a choice.
Didn't have a choice. When I was 18 years old, the first thing that I ever did is I thought I wanted to be a realtor, right? And I went out and, I went and got my real estate license when I was 18.
Oh, Jesus.
I was that guy that I was like, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to sell houses, right?
I'm going to sell houses too.
And then I realized, no, I don't, right? It's a lot more work than people really realize, and the value that realtors really bring.
Did y'all hear that? It's a lot more work.
It is a lot more work. It is, and one of the things that my parents did, and since they were in the industry, when I was right out of college, my first job was I went to work for a mortgage broker, somebody that my parents referred me to. And I was like, good, now I'm going to get rich because I'm going to do all my parents' loans, right? But I didn't, right? They didn't, they didn't do a ton of loans. They did a decent amount of loans. But, for me, it was just getting my feet wet and trying to figure out the differences between lending and real estate. Because I used to drive around with my parents all the time, look at houses, and kind of, I'd be in the back seat. It'd be 90 degrees. This would be like 1988, 1990, right? Before Zillow and all these things.
Yes,
so you were actually like driving around showing people houses and going through all that. So I really picked up a lot though from the real estate side of it and understanding the pain points that they experience in the lending world. So it was really easy for me to kind of bridge the gap between what realtors really look for from a lender. And it's the same for everybody, really. If I had to say, it's minimal client effort. How can you make it easy on people? And, Matt Ishbia, the greatest to ever do it.
Right.
The greatest to ever do it. He's the best. He is the best.
He go.
Yeah, he's the best. But he has a saying that I think is kind of sums it all up when it comes to buying a new home. And that is that everybody wants to buy a house, but nobody wants to get a mortgage.
Nobody wants that. When I tell you, I get questions, and this is kind of a guy that I go by. You kick me if I'm telling them wrong. Clients will ask me, "Damn, how much is my mortgage payment going to be?" And I'm looking like this. If it's $200,000 house, your payment going to be $2,000 something.
Yeah.
I try to tell people, listen, if you have to go by the number of the purchase price, there is like no crystal ball. I'm not your LO, y'all. Y'all have to, you have to call him like, listen, all those numbers and the taxes, you also have to factor in, has this home been in the family for 30 years and not surprised it's on the Royal Oak roll of homes that it hasn't been sold in 30 years? You're going to get a dynamite tax bill. You're going to be like, your tax is going to be higher than your mortgage payment. So I tell people, let me be me. Let Shaun be Shaun. Let United be United. And let's all work together and get your house done easy peasy. Yep. I'm also, I try not to be that guy who is scared to ask people. If I don't know, I'm gonna ask Derek. If Derek doesn't know, we're gonna call you like, hey, you busy? What's this? Like I tell people, there's so many people that work on a buyer's and seller's behalf behind the scenes that you don't see, who try to get you the best answers as quickly as we can. Just let us do our job. But what we were running into lately, talking about a pain point, y'all got to spend money to buy a house. Yeah. I don't care. We are the home of the 1% down. The realtors, we love it. Thank you for bringing that back out, United. Thank you. But I tell people, they are not handing you a key unless a check slides across that table. Yes. Y'all still have to pay for the EMD and your inspection and the appraisal. Yes, sometimes the realtors will eat something for you. Yes, sometimes the lenders will give you a lender credit. But we can't credit you $20,000. You have got to have some skin in the game. Yep. And if you are working with a lender or a realtor who's telling you you don't have to spend any money, run. Yeah. Run the other way. Do you know, I don't know if you knew this, that some lenders are telling people they're not telling them about that silent second on Mr. Yep. I'm like, I said, wait, you didn't know that? They were like, David, I got another bill. I said, yes, that's your silent second mortgage. You missed the payment to see what happened.
Well, so first off, I didn't even know people still did Mishta. Okay. Woo. I can't believe people are still doing Mishta. Like I thought that was gone. So,
it needs to be. Sorry, y'all.
And if you are still doing Mishta, then just understand that the only reason you're doing Mishta is because you don't understand all the other loan programs that are out there that are significantly cheaper, significantly easier to get done. And guess what? They don't run out of money. Right. So, conventional loan programs offer the same when it comes to down payment assistance. It offers the same when it comes to minimal down payments. So the Mishta program, how it's still around, I didn't even know it was still around, to be honest. And we are the biggest lender in America, bigger than Rocket Mortgage, UWM is. We do more purchases than anybody else in the world. And we don't do Mishta. Okay, the Mishta is a product that's gone. It has been gone, and I think it's what nightmares are made of.
It is. I had one, and when I tell you, I was as the realtor, I was ready to walk away, and I knew the other agent. We both were like this.
Just keep the check, man. I'm out.
Shaun, we were like, well, damn. I wonder if I don't close, what's going to happen? Because it was to the point where what did that do? Wait, Derek, will you scoot that bag out the way a little bit? That was me, my fault. Y'all, we're back on the show.
Yeah.
I was sitting there like, y'all, they know how I am.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a spoiled realtor. It's okay. I said $2,000. I owe this back out. I was like, me and the other realtor were like this. Damon, I wonder if she was like, if we just stop right now, we kind of break even.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We have both paid for the fixes it need. Oh, because you need to fix it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You need to fix it before you can close.
Yeah.
So I kicked in money. Derek was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm trying to close. So I kicked in 300. She kicked in 300. And they were still looking at us at closing. I was sitting like this. Who? Don't take my number out your phone.
Yeah. or check this out. You work on it for 4 months and probably 100 hours worth of work, and you get a $2,000 paycheck, right?
Like,
so what are you making, about $4 an hour or something?
It gets to be. That's when you see the picture of me smiling like this at the closing. They're like, he ain't have fun at that.
He said, "I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here just to get the closing packet. That's all I'm here to do." Okay, we got tough questions.
All right, let's go.
We can start the first.
Let's go.
We're gonna start. What? And this doesn't really have an answer because of what you do now. Nobody really knows what he does. That's what he is. What's a typical day like for you now? I know when I worked, y'all didn't know this was my boss did. This is my old boss. I got stories. That's for a whole nother day.
Yeah.
He has mellowed out.
Yeah.
he has mellowed out. I'm like, he's damn, we can't do that.
Depending on who you ask.
Right.
Depending on who you ask, right?
So take us through, you get here at when? 6?
No, man,
7?
it depends. I do get here. I try to be here an hour, 15 minutes before the day starts. Because what I found, and I didn't mention this, but guys, I've been at UWM for 18 years. I did run all of sales for about 7 or 8 years, maybe a little longer. I don't even know how it all goes together.
It was longer.
It was longer. And now, guys, I focus more on the development of our newer account executives, 36 months and under. And also broker development, which is our partners, our mortgage brokers, and real estate. Because what's happened over the years is that we've kind of the way technology and automation is working is that you find that you're kind of commingling together, and there's no longer this day and age of I'm a real estate agent, I don't care about what lending does. And if you're a lender, then if you're a lender, you can't be a lender now that says I don't care what real estate does. Like, you do have to have a basic understanding of it. But your question, what's my day look like? So the first thing I do when I walk in is I get everything off my desk that can impede my ability to be able to help my account executives, my salespeople, or my realtors. So any big concern that I have, any pain point, I got to get this off my desk is going to hound me all day, I do it first thing in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I get here in the morning and I do that. And then I have 3 things that I learned this in coaching. Matt was nice enough. He paid for executive coaching for me with a third party that wasn't associated with UWM, and it cost a couple bucks, guys. These were billionaires, the smartest people in the game when it comes to building businesses. And one of the things that they said was, you're busy, you have all these things going on. Like, what are the 3 things that are the most important to you to be able to convey to your, to your account executives? And, one was opportunity. Like, it was really important for me to feel like all the account executives had equal opportunity to be successful, right? Like, everybody has the same shot as the next guy, but opportunity means that I was giving them new accounts, the new ability to get loans, but making sure they have the opportunity. The other thing was being present. Okay, being present, being available, right? Like, I got to be there. I got to be there to answer questions, to motivate. I got to be there to be able to pick them up when they fall down. So being present. And then the last thing is just simply effort, right? Like, that was the other thing that's important to me. I need these guys to know that I'm willing to work 24 hours a day. I'm willing to die for this. This is like what I do for a living. This is my craft. It's my profession. So I try to lead by example in that way. I also review the numbers from the previous day. Okay. So here's a little note for everybody in here. We've been averaging over 2,000 submissions a day here over the last this week. So guys, we're really seeing an uptick in the market with the purchase business. But but I also do a lot of coaching and training for Success Track. So if you're a realtor, if you're an originator out there, like get your butt out here to the UWM headquarters. Let's get you into Success Track. We offer realtor training. We offer originator training. And guys, we live by the motto of we get better every single day. Like my dad used to always tell me, the person who knows everything knows the least of them all. And that's something I live by. Nobody knows everything, guys. I've overseen probably 1 million closings in my life. I know that sounds outrageous, but it's true. And there isn't much that I have not seen. But I can tell you right now, I don't have all the answers. And if I don't got the answer, I tell you, hey, I don't know it. Go figure it out. And when you do, come back and tell me. That way I know going forward, right? So, guys, my day consists of coming in every morning, performing at my best, working with individuals every single day, meeting with some of the biggest mortgage companies in America, and looking at their technology and their websites and helping them be able to move into the new digital marketing, the new digital age that we're living in, that is web-driven, web-based, and technology. I've helped build a lot of the proprietary stuff that we work with here at UWM on a daily basis. So when it comes to processes, procedures, technology, sales, like I've pretty much done all of that. So I have my hand in underwriting to closing to whatever, you name it. I kind of a jack of all trades. So
now that leads me into, I got to word it a little different because you're you. I didn't know when I worked here, well, I worked I don't know how many times. The first time that you was, is nerd even PC? A techie. I'll say techie. How did you, why do you think now, like when I first started real estate, I didn't know that technology was going to be so important to real estate. But now it's getting to be so important. I know for real estate. Yeah. Why do you think it's so important for mortgages and brokers to really be tech savvy or have an inner office who is tech savvy?
Yeah. So, I mean, why I would say that is, guys, well, one, technology runs the world. Okay. Being tech savvy, I think, a lot of people think that, technology, if you don't embrace it, if you don't go into it, if you don't try it, then you always think it's difficult, right? Like you think, a website, like I have to maintain it, I have to build it, I have to do all these things, guys. But now there's so many turnkey solutions and so many easy things that you can get set up for affordable, like, $1,500, $2,000 can set you up to be able to get your own Google business page, your Facebook, your Instagram integrated with your own lead funnels and things like that. Like it's very, very simple to get a website up and running and start building your brand. But how did I get in technology? I mean, can we be honest on this?
Yeah, come on, it's my show.
Okay, so I'll tell you exactly why. I knew that we were moving into a technology industry. We are a sales organization that sells technology. And I knew that if I did not get good with technology, I would lose my value.
Oh.
And if you lose your value, the man don't pay you. You got to be worth something, right? And that's every field. I don't care what you do. It doesn't matter. Like the more you move away from where the market is going, the more you become more of a liability than a commodity. And I always wanted to be a commodity. So I get paid to look forward. So everything I do is trying to be cutting edge, knowing what's going on in the industry. So that way I'm truly valuable. Right? Like, and that's what everyone should be looking to do, is trying to improve every single day, learn more and more they can about technology. And guys, technology though is the future because it offers automation for your leads. But more importantly, it makes it easier on your clients. If you're a realtor, it makes it significantly easier. If you're a mortgage broker, it makes it significantly easier because everything is not manual. Okay. There is not one thing out here on this sales floor that is a manual process. We have everything automated. You want to know why? Automation undefeated. Okay. It happens every single time. If you allow an individual to try to manage that, they can't. Okay. That's how we're able to bring in 2,000 loans a day and underwrite, 1,900 of them. Right. And that's with closing 1,500 to 2,000 loans a day as well. And if not more on certain days, like the end of the month, we would never be able to be at that capacity, offer that level of client service if we weren't so technological. I don't know how to say it. If we weren't so heavy in technology. How's that?
There we go.
There we go.
Now I got a surprise for you. Y'all didn't know. but his wife loves me. It's okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Who don't love you?
everybody, you know what?
Everyone love you, baby. We all love
Everybody,
you, man.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm just always hungry for it and go get it. And I'm like, if this is the business that we in, let's just get all we can get and help everybody. And even you, Mr. People, we can help everybody we can get and just keep on going. Don't call me. I'm conventional.
If you want to get out of that, Mr. Call me.
Right.
We
gotta get you out of there. Out of them two workers in the one. So you knew that you started this thing called the Purchase Expert.
Yes.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yes.
But let me tell y'all a little bit of the story behind it. Shaun contracted with me to help with the marketing, the social media of the Purchase Expert. Now, he called my bluff. Tell you, right in this parking lot. I was coming to pick up an EMD check from a client. Damon fucking Johnson, come here. And I was like this. I had a sales on flashback, like, shit, what did I tell that broker that day? I said, wait, you don't work here no more. He was like, I'm starting this company. I want you involved. And I was like this. Oh, hell no. In my head, but I was like, see, looking at me. I was like, oh, yeah. I ducked and dodged him, y'all, for 2 weeks. People were calling like, Shaun, I'm trying to get a hold of you. He's starting this big purchase thing. I was like, I don't know. When we finally met and I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, how do we franchise this? So you tell everybody what the Purchase Experts is and how it's going to change everything.
Absolutely. So the Purchase Experts are, is basically a group of folks related to mortgages, related to real estate, appraisers, inspectors, basically anything that would touch the purchasing or the selling of a home, as well as getting it financed. The Purchase Experts website, we're going to get ready to launch it here in the next week, is a place where you can actually go and you can find the property of your dreams, right? You can find your property search, go find a property if you're in Oakland County, Genesee County, Wayne County, it doesn't matter where you're at. You can find the particular property that you want, and you can contact the representative on that property. It's a listing, so whoever the listing agent is. But the most important part to understand is that where I see the biggest disconnect in the industry between originating and real estate is that the realtors, they have a basic understanding of lending, and my originators have a basic understanding of real estate. But a lot of the time, guys, and I always say this stat, guys, and if you don't know this, and if you're an originator out there, and this is data that's supported, is 97% of home buyers go to the realtor before they ever talk to the lender, okay? And guess what that means they do? They ask lending questions.
Yes,
right?
We don't know it.
Yeah, hey, Damon, man, thanks for showing me this house, man. What's my mortgage payment? Damon, thanks for showing me this place. How much I got to put down? Damon, what's the rates today, right?
Yeah. We get that question. Oh, sorry. Every day.
Every day, right?
What's the rate?
Every day.
Watch the news. I don't know.
Right. Every day, right? So there's all these things going on. And what we wanted to be able to do was, Damon mentioned this a little earlier about, he mentioned something about the market, and it piqued my interest to say that, there has never been a better time to buy a home than now. And people are always like, well, rates are crazy. Listen, rates, like, it's cheaper to buy a home right now than it is to rent, no matter what. And if you want to challenge me to it, go on to Zillow or Realtor.com and look and see what the rent would be for the same home you would want to buy. And triple. Yeah. It's absolutely insanity, the amount of rent, and rent goes up about anywhere from 5 to 9% every year. Okay. Now, if you're in a 2-year contract, they can't do that, but just understand the term of your contract is going to determine the amount of increase. And when it increases, it's anywhere from 5 to 9%. So it's going to continue to go up. Whereas if you get a mortgage, guys, your payment stays flat. It stays fixed. And then, what was what part did you want me to finish on, man? I'm sorry, man.
How do we get it? How much does it cost? How do we access it?
Okay. So the whole purpose is to drive consumers to the website and be able to educate them on the newest and greatest loan programs out there available in the market. And it's also to be able to connect them with a real estate agent that, if we're being honest on this site, knows what the hell we're doing. Okay, guys, I've worked with 1 million different realtors. I've probably owned 10 houses in my life. And guys, they are not all created equal.
Everybody can't be Damon.
Everyone can't be Damon. They're not created equal, okay? Just like in any field, Okay. I don't care if you're a mechanic. I don't care if you're a surgeon. You got the best of the best who perform. You got the middle of the road people, and you got the guys who suck. Okay. But unfortunately, I see a lot of times these buyers, they go to realtors that don't know what they're doing. Okay. Or they'll go to an originator that isn't necessarily putting them in the right program or the product to be able to save them thousands over the life of their loan. So who you choose to do your mortgage is really important. And that's what the purchase experts are. You go to your website, you find your dream home, you can speak to an originator who knows exactly what they're talking about. I certify them myself. I talk to them myself. I know they do volume. I know they do loans, and they do the best possible for the client. So basically, it's a smorgasbord of real estate, mortgages, appraisers, and all experts in our field that can answer borrowers' questions in relation to the mortgage and real estate process. So when you go there, take a look. We'll release it next week. You guys can take a peek at it. You'll really love it, but it's mainly for consumers. I drive consumers there so I can give my realtor partners like Damon leads, if you want to know, or my mortgage broker partners leads.
Oh, you just lifting all the curtains up today.
Well, that's what it is, right? I mean, and we educate. Like, if there's one thing that we miss is that a lot of the consumers don't necessarily get educated on the loan process.
That was my friend had a question. He was like that people need some basic education of it, because like I as a realtor, I don't know what that first time home buyer client, I know what it is, but I haven't sat in one in forever.
Yep.
It has to be outdated by now, because the consumer has gotten a little bit savvier, but they listen to like you said, so much bad information that they can't formulate it on their own, or they're taking stuff from their cousin or their aunt or whatever. And to piggyback what you said about the loan officers being certified to do this, I had no clue. I was spoiled from being here.
Yeah.
I had no clue that people didn't have any training.
Yeah, exactly.
I had no clue. You just passed the test and start writing loans. I was like, oh, no. You got to go to appraisals, 45 or 60, set up, closing coordinating, this and that. I was like, oh, who wrote this? There is no LO school. I'm like, maybe that's another.
LO school.
Hey.
No, man, there isn't. You're right.
I'm like, because I had a client, which remain nameless. LO put them in a program. The loan was being written, not underwritten on the East Coast in New York.
Yep.
They're calling me. It was with Big Bank. I didn't know that they didn't work on Friday. Client calling me. I'm like, you picked this because that's where your credit card, your checking account is at.
Yeah.
When you walk into banks now, don't put me in the list, banks.
Yeah,
it's more employees than clients.
Yeah.
When I walk in my bank to handle the business I can't handle through the ATM, it's nobody in there. So I told my client, what on God's earth made you go in there? Well, that's where my checking account is at. I was like, are you ready to check for the house? I was like, no. The level of education with realtors and LOs is just, I don't know if we need to be recertified or what's going on. I'm like, did you tell your client? Then they don't see it because the LO hides.
Yep.
And then the realtor, we looking crazy at the closing table because I had a closing. This is a true story. We couldn't close until the client paycheck got direct deposited. Thank God I knew the title agent was like, Damon, I guess we'll go to lunch and come back. But I didn't know because the LO should have told him no at the beginning. They wrote that flimsy pre-approval.
Yep.
I looked at it. No, like, I guess this is okay.
Yeah, it looked good to me.
It looked good to me. We got the house and we the closing table like just sitting there like this. Thank God the seller wasn't there. We would have really looked crazy. But just like I said, the level of education and the common sense not being so common, and the people scared to ask broker questions. I know Derek gets sick of me. I'd be like, hey, you busy? So listen, I'd rather ask than send an email or a text out making myself look crazy, because it always comes back to bite you in the ass. But the no training, maybe we offer class on the purchase expert. That'd be another.
There we go. There we go.
When I tell you, and y'all, a network event does not mean a class.
Yeah,
y'all, my realtor brothers and sisters, y'all have got to stop. Some of these lunch and learns, I'm like, I try to make mine a little different. I sit there like this. Lord, are you
Yeah,
gonna
right.
talk?
You got to bring a little
A
flavor,
little
right?
flavor, like,
Come on,
Lord,
man.
are you gonna
I agree.
we gonna sit and listen to you talk? I'm like, if you ain't closed this month, you should be doing the lunch and learn.
Yeah.
If you haven't had a closing, you should not be up here talking. Okay, they said me get to the questions. Ooh, this is a good one. What separates a great mortgage pro from an average mortgage pro? Because the client, the realtors, we can't see y'all numbers.
Yeah.
We thinking you busy because you posted and you got a nice car. We're like, well, I guess Shaun know what he's doing. I'm gonna go to him, but we don't know what should we be looking for in terms of do you know what you're doing or not?
Yeah, so I mean, we have different things that we can measure and who's actually performing and who's not. One of the things that we do internally here at UWM is every originator that works with UWM, they have a specific ranking. Okay, so no matter what, depending on the volume that you do, you are ranked in Michigan from 1 all the way down to 1,000 when it comes to originating. So you know where the ranking is. The other thing is that we also rank on performance. So let's say you get an origination, you get it up here, you get a loan up here, it goes into underwriting. We rank the performance of the loan originator. So we have 3 rankings. We have Pro Elite, Elite, Best, right? Pro Plus, which is our mid-tier. Like they got it kind of figured out, right? Mm-hmm. They're trying, they're doing things, they're winning, they're losing a little, right? But probably winning more than they're losing. And then we have Pro Basic, which means that you're basically a client of ours that doesn't use any of the technology, don't follow any of the process and procedures. You're kind of just like there.
Wait, there is no process for not following the process.
That's right. That's right.
You got to tell them the line. They don't know.
That's right. It. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. We have a saying up here, man. I don't have a process for when you don't follow the process.
That loan is dead.
Okay. It's like buying something offline and then getting it into your house and then putting it together without using the instructions. And then getting mad at everyone else because your table turned out to be a chair, right? Like you didn't put it together, right? One of the things you mentioned earlier that I wanted to make sure that I touch base on is you mentioned partners and who you're working with. If anybody if anybody's listening to this who's ever chosen the wrong partner, whether it be personally or professionally, okay, but either way.
Today on the Merit Show, are you the wrong person?
Just you always understand that when you're working with a partner that doesn't carry their own weight, guess whose job you take on their job. You do what they're supposed to do because they're not meeting the requirements of being successful. Onto the testing. You mentioned the testing and why don't I have real world experience. So like, if you look at whether you're going to get your MLS or you're trying to get your real estate license or your NMLS from a mortgage perspective, well, there's a lot of X's and O's in playbooks and memorization of laws and policies and procedures and all this stuff, but there's no true application of how to do this job. And there's not a lot of support in it. And I think we can say the same about real estate, right? Like if they're not working with M1 real estate, they're not working with M1 lending, like the support that you receive from your partners is so important because you cannot do it on your own. And it's too hard to even try that. So guys, just understand that the partner that you choose, personal or professional, is very, very important. And what is a partner? You know what a partner is? It's somebody who makes you better. That's what a true definition of a partner is. Like I tell the story all the time. I say, my wife, that's my partner. You know what she does? Makes me better. Why? She compliments me. She's a lot more organized than I am. Okay. So she's the one who does that. Maybe I'm better at having difficult conversations with contractors or people, right? I compliment her in ways, but you should never have a partner that does not compliment you in some of the business spots to where you may be a little weak, and that's okay. Let them shine in their strengths. We'll shine in our strengths, and together we make a great partnership. And that's how we can cohesively continue to grow the business. And I think that is really important, man. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face how many relationships I've seen ruin where you're working with somebody and they're not simply not pulling their weight. They're not helping you grow your business. And I think that's really the most important part of it is working with people that support you, want to grow your business, will talk to you, help nurture you, because guys, you're not born the Michael Jordan of this stuff. Okay. Believe it or not, I didn't know how to do loans at one particular point, right? I didn't know how. I had to figure it out, right? So I put all the time in and getting my butt kicked. in order to be able to take that pain away from other people by being able to give them the knowledge of doing it. But really important, man, coaching and working with the right people, real important, man.
Because when you mention the right people, I think that COVID, or the big C, really shook up realtors and lenders to be like,
yeah,
I got so many calls from LOs like, hey, Damon. I was like, oh, no, you hey, Damon. They didn't think they needed the realtor. They're like, well, because the loans were falling from the sky.
Yeah.
And then they figured out, uh-oh, like you said, the client is coming to the realtor.
Yeah.
And we looking around like, you won't even share my post out. I'm not even asking for a lead.
Yeah.
You won't even share my post out. You have my entire pipeline and you want to answer the phone, or you won't text back, or you want whatever. So I think that shakeup was needed because we realtors, we are a very loyal bunch.
Yeah, I agree.
We will stay to you till the wagon wheels fall off.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that little bit of a shakeup where we're like, this isn't my partner. This person just closing loans.
Yep.
Like, you close my loans, you won't even show up to the damn closing.
Yeah.
Like, what? Your office is in, I'm not going to say it, they'll figure out who it is.
Yeah.
Your office is right on this, well, you know, Big Beaver, everybody closes on Big Beaver.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're right here, you won't even, So having a true partner, I think a lot of realtors, when I talk to them about their social, about who they're working with, who I send my loans to, they are so, oh, well, we can't do that because my office, my broker. I said, honey, that's against the law. You can't, just because you have in-house, you don't have to use in-house.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can shop. You don't have to be stuck somewhere. I said, give us a try. What could I give him one more Glendon try? Shameless plug. Give us a try. Why not? Because if you aren't working with somebody who, like you said, makes you better, it gets to be frustrating.
Yeah.
It gets to be, oh no, they making all the money. Now I'm doing all the damn work, or both of us not making no money. We're working harder and not smarter. In this business now, I tell people are like, well, Damon, how are you so good? I'm not so good. I'm a hustler.
Yeah,
That's what I tell people. I'm like, listen, while y'all home sleep, my phone like this. Huh? Then I'll never. This is my child. I live on that phone because I know what my strengths are. My strengths are this mouthpiece, my relationships, my hustle. But you put me in a cold call, it's an F-. If I can't cold call, talk about a weakness. Oh my God. We had cold call night at the office. I was sitting there like this in my desk. I sure hope the new people don't come ask me. They were like, Damon, what do you do? I said, social media. I was like, I could not. Now I called, it was weird. But see, when I called here, those were warm. That's what the thing was. When I was at AE here, those were warm calls. When I got to be in a real estate, I said, cold call. I'm like, oh, well, I can't say we can close you in 10 days no more. Hey, you want to sell a house? What you want to do?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I would look at the script and be like, this ain't all. I got to say, like you said, I had to make myself, another UWM, the obvious choice.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, let me kick ass on social. Let me do this and separate myself from everybody. I said, you're a natural ham. Here we go. It worked. That's what happened trip over here. When we walk into offices, they like, oh shit, Damon. Yeah. You want to come work? Every time I walk in the office, you want to come work with me? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna work with you. I knew for me, that was what was gonna separate me, was knowing social. And at this point, I thought people would have called me, but they haven't. So funny, when you called my bluff, I was on, I'm the social media king. I can do anything. He was like, all right, do it. I was like, he called my bluff, y'all. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. But it's been an incredible journey and still just really getting started. I have my Barbara Walter questions today, because you know you got somebody on, you have to really get them. Did you have any idea that this mini city was going to be from the grocery store? At what point did you know, like, I told Derek, when we walked into, not HCC, the second Troy building, I said, we're going to outgrow this.
Yeah.
When did it click on for you, like, remember our first vending machine that had no food in it?
Yeah,
yeah. Y'all, we had no food, no cleaning, no maintenance. We had, if your computer was broke, you sit over there today.
Yeah.
Right. At what point did you pull up and know this is it? Either I'm gonna burn this is it. what building at what point was you like, okay, this is going to be a thing?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. This is one of my weaknesses. I'll be honest with you, man. Is that I don't take a lot of time to celebrate the little victories and things. So sometimes my awareness is a little low. So even today, when we sit in here, I still don't even feel like we're as big as we're supposed to be. So, and just guys, give you a background, man. When I started at UWM 18 years ago, we had 20 people that worked here. We were in an old grocery store. Now we have 7,000, 9,000, I don't know, a lot of people. And, one of the things that I did know though, for a fact was that when I first got here, one of the things that Matt Ishby had said to me, man, is and this is, if you want to be a great leader, this is what you do. You make a commitment to somebody and you always follow through. And you do it. And I've worked with Matt for 18 years. And one of the things that he's never done is broke a commitment. He's never broke a commitment. I remember when I first started, I was like, Matt, man, I'll tell you what, my goal is to make 50 grand. I want to make 50 grand. And he goes, 50 grand? How about 75? And I said, all right, 75.
That works
right?
too.
Made 75. And then the next year I sit down with him. He says, how much you want to make? I said, man, I got to make over 6 figures. and he goes, 6 figures mean 100 grand? I was like, yeah, 100 grand. Yeah. He's like, how about 175?
That works too.
Let's go 175. Right. And then did it. Then kept on going up and making more money. Right. And what really brought me into this whole place was, again, he made a commitment. He always followed through, and he was always very clear about what he wanted and to accomplish. And the moment I realized we were really blowing up was when I started to continue to see the gap that was coming into what UWM offers compared to what like a Rocket Mortgage offers, or a Caliber, or a Cross Country, or a Loan Depot. Like they're so broken in regards to their technology. Like their average closing times are anywhere from 35 to 45 days.
Oh no.
And I knew we had something that was needed in the market, because I used to talk to people all the time. They'd be like, realtors don't care if they get paid fast. I said, what? What? You weren't in my mom. You weren't in my mom and dad's house. They were at that title company waiting on that check.
Waiting like
they're like, oh, give me. So like I tell realtors all the time, I was a realtor's kid. I know what it's like to eat caviar one month and toast the next. So what we want to do is be able to consistently offer you a platform to be able to close your loans in 2 to 3 weeks. You close a lot quicker than that if you'd like to. But the vision of what Matt provides and his commitment to always following through on what he says really, really is when I started to see what we were developing here. And it's real easy to win when the person on the top is the most confident, and because it all goes down from there. But, when we moved into the building across the street, when we got a restaurant in here, we got a chiropractor, we got a doctor. I don't know. We have so many things I probably don't even use that I don't know about.
The Starbucks.
Right? But I don't know, man. I mean, Matt Ishby is what showed me the vision. I knew he was going to be amazing. And then these sales guys we have out here are absolutely the top-notch account executives in America.
Better than what I would like to hear them like this. Oh, y'all know more than what we do.
Yeah.
Oh my God. To watch them now, I'm like this. What you just say? Like, oh, all right.
Yeah, well, that's the great thing. So newer AEs, guys, we have AEs that have been on the floor for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. And the one thing that technology does is it really reduces the learning curve of the industry. The technology does it for you now. You're not taking a handwritten application and knowing what all 300 questions have to say and know what they mean. Now with technology, when you're taking an application, and the standard application, there's 300. Now there's applications that you fill out 8 to 12 questions and your application is complete. That's by using technology. Basically, it'll disseminate by the questions that you answer. It'll remove the things that do not apply, meaning that you really can't mess it up. Okay, it's paint by number. Now, the only way you can mess it up is to not use it. Okay. And technology being on the forefront was one of the things that I knew was going to take us to a whole nother level, because we're very similar in regards to the technology that we offer to Rocket Mortgage. Okay. However, we execute on the technology. We have SLAs. We follow through. We call people back. And a lot of the time when you're working with retail, they're a real bureaucratic. It's like being I don't know if you guys played John Madden football growing up, but it's like playing John Madden 1990, where it's a bunch of shopping carts moving around like this. They're like squares. They're like little digital things. And you're like, dude, this sucks. This doesn't work, right? And what we offer is more of a platform that's more related to, Madden Football 2023.
Let's go.
Right? Like we offer a platform that can really enhance their business. But technology and the money and the investment that we were putting into the company and what Matt did was I knew that we couldn't fail.
Right.
Right. Like I really believe that. And I know now we ain't failing. Like I'm very confident in what we do, but I also keep my eye on the prize and understand that every day I come in here, I'm trying to enhance us and make us better. So technology, putting his money back into this company, growing it to where it is, being overstaffed by design. Like I could go on for days
about the stuff. Yeah, I took everything I learned here and put it right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I didn't know, but I was a school teacher in the past life.
Yeah.
I said, what's the SLA? I said, what the? So now when I use that SLA for 2-3 hours to call my clients back or loan officers, my broker, my whoever, people like, they might you find the time. I'm in the car.
Right.
You have to call and text these people back. It's anything that can separate yourself.
Yeah.
Because all people want to know, like I tell people, Derek knows, I have all my United quotes. People just want to know that you looked at it.
Yeah.
I may not have an answer, but hey, Shaun, I'm looking at your file, but now I'm waiting on my team to get back with me.
Yeah.
Well, they just want to know that you looked at it and are working on it. But if you leave files hanging or issues, like you said, issues hanging, they're going to come back to bite you in the butt, and then that person is never going to recommend you for anything else. They just don't. You have to be client focused, your team focused.
Yep.
I knew when I was here, I was like, oh, this is business school.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
This is a business school. I'm gonna take everything I learned here and put it in my real estate stuff. I'm like, this is it.
This is it.
You just show up, come do the work, go home.
Yep.
We used to have a saying, you just leave it on the floor. We left. I'm like, I'm going home. I left on the floor.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm gonna fall over when I get home.
fall over when I get home.
Yeah.
We leave it on the damn floor. Like I'm in the car. Like shit. I tried. I don't know what else to do. Like I tried A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. I'm with the 4-5 team leads. They say you just try everything. You do the playbook. You go. You work on it, and that's all you can do. Now I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait,
no,
hey.
come on.
This guy right here, so I gotta give him a plug too. Because for me, guys, if you know, I don't know if I'm high maintenance, but I definitely do expect a high level of service from my partners because I don't work with partners who aren't going to support me and do what I need them to do. Just like I wouldn't expect somebody to work with me if I didn't do that as well. Damon Johnson. Okay, one of the things that I have, if you want to be a partner of mine, is if I call you, pick up the damn phone. Okay, if you want to text me and say, hey, I can't talk right now, fine, whatever. Call me back, right? Every time I call Damon, he picks up. And that's so important with a partner, right? I mentioned earlier, a partner makes you better. He makes me better. He answers my questions quickly. He gives me insight into the questions that I would have, but he makes me better because he's always available. Okay. And like, what would you do if you were dating a girl or dating some dude and they never picked up the phone? Right? You probably wouldn't be dating them, right? You probably wouldn't be working with them. You should be treating your professional partners the exact same way. And that's one thing that Damon does. Derek does. Derek answers the phone every single time too. So real important for the communication, but I can vouch for both these guys in the fact that they always pick up the phone. They're always eager to communicate. And anytime you ask them to do something, they execute it at the highest level and do it in a very timely manner. So I appreciate you.
I didn't pay him to say that.
No, but I appreciate you, man.
Because you know what? And it's so funny. You know your nickname. You know what I call you? You know?
I don't know, man.
I call you Voldemort.
Voldemort.
From Harry.
I never really got into the Harry Potter series, man.
Voldemort is like the enemy, but everybody be like, don't say his name.
Don't say his name.
When it's so fun, it's because when I worked here, you know how your reputation is. Shaun look at me, everybody like this. Oh shit, what the hell, Shaun? Because he saw our numbers every day, so it'd be like this.
Yeah.
What? Who? So you start going over to your numbers like, ooh, did I call? Did I answer call? So it's so funny when you call it's still the same. It's even better. I'll be like, hello.
Yeah. James Johnson here, reporting for service.
But on Shaun's end too, this is all just a love fest. Because some conversations, y'all, if y'all hear, we'll be like, oh boy. He picks up. I know he's busy during the day. I know if I gotta text him, he is gonna step outside on his lunch to call me back.
Yes.
If he's walking from the sports complex back to here, he is calling. If he's they don't know I have a FaceTime shirt for you in the morning because y'all, he may call you at 5.
Yeah,
so I shake her shoulder like this. Hey, what you doing? He's like, Dad, you in the bed? No. But when I need him, I don't care how many people are under you, how many teams you run, whatever I have needed, you are right enough. Sometimes I understand what he's saying. Sometimes I'll be like, look up what guideline? Like, I don't know how to do that no more. But when I need you, you are always right there. This is why you're getting the gift. Trip, will you scoot that to me right quick?
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I had to.
All right, man. What do we got here?
You gotta open it and see.
All right, man. I see we're already we sprung into spring with
sprung
the spring colors.
It is purchase season.
It is purchase season.
Get your
Look at you already got the shirt on. You got that color.
It is purchase season.
And what do we got here, baby? Oh, here we go. Another shirt, huh?
Another shirt?
Well, hey, man, I mean, and a Boss shirt.
Yeah.
Boy, these things are expensive, man.
Listen, it was
what do we got here, boy? Oh, man.
No, it was so funny. When I bought it, I told the guy, he was like, he said, what size is he? I was like,
yeah.
I said, country thick.
There we go. Like, big bone, man.
I said, he not like slim, but he not like big. I said, like football
player
size.
There it is, guys. Oh, man. Dominate. I own some Boss clothes when I can find Boss clothes that fit.
That's what I told the guy. I was like, I said, it's not for me because I know y'all don't have this size. I said, he's a healthy guy. I was like, tall. He was like, I think this will go. I said, tell him to pull the stretch. I think it'll go.
This is so awesome. Thank you, man.
You are so welcome.
Man, I look good and white. I got a tan going, man. I mean, this is perfect for me, man. I appreciate it so much, man.
You are so welcome.
I appreciate it, man. Come on,
sure.
baby. Thank you, baby. Thank you.
For sure.
This is great. So that, one of the things I wanted to mention on this, guys, was just for first-time home buyers. You work with a lot of first-time home buyers. A lot of the loans that we see from you guys are first-time home buyers, and making sure that we understand that I mentioned earlier in this that there's never been a better time to buy a home in the market, and there's not. Okay, so there's the reason I say this, guys, is because Fannie Mae has a program out there. Okay, they're called the Home Affordable Program. It's Fannie and Freddie. And what they're doing right now is they're really serving what they call the underserved community. Okay, who is the underserved community? Well, the underserved community could be, it's really defined by the amount of money that you make. Okay. So here in Oakland County, if you're a first-time home buyer, and I can't remember the exact dollar amount, but if you're making under $90,000, then you qualify as a first-time home buyer. Okay, now there's some counties that it's $100,000. Okay, so if you're making $90,000 to $100,000, you can probably buy about a $350,000 house. Okay, what they do, guys, is right now, if you have a FICO score between, let's say, 620 and 680, traditionally Fannie Mae and Freddie charge you 2 points as a borrower for your FICO score, because they're looking. So like Fannie has a risk-based pricing model, and it's based off of, we look to the past to predict the future. So when they see you have a 620 FICO, they're saying, well, like maybe you made some payments late, maybe you have a collection, maybe it might not always be that, right? I've seen people with 620 FICO that have paid all their stuff on time, right? So it's no exact science, but basically, if you have a lower FICO score, they're basically saying you're higher risk, so they charge you 2%. So if you're buying a $300,000 loan, you would pay $6,000. Okay, they're waiving those adjustments right now. There are no adjustments for your FICO score now. They're capping them. So there's no adjustment. So instead of you paying that $6,000, they're waiving it now, which means that you don't have to bring that additional cash to close, or you don't have to take a significantly higher interest rate. So really important to understand that this initiative is to get everybody into a home to do it cheap. Okay, like that's what everyone's got to understand, is that there's no better time, the home affordable programs, and there's other programs under that umbrella. But I just wanted to get the first one out there, which is if you have a lower FICO, if it's 600 or 620, 680, they're waiving those adjustments right now. Okay, so there ain't been better time to buy a house, and also condos. Right? If you have a condo,
always hard to do.
Condos always hard to do, baby. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they charge 1.25 to even do a condo. You want to know why they do that? Risk-based lending. When Fannie Mae or Freddie gets a condo back, then there could be homeowners association issues. There could be budget issues. Like there's a lot more red tape involved in a condo. So that's why they charge 1.25 to do a condo. Waiving it now.
Ooh.
They're waiving it. So guys, you don't have to bring that 125 to closing. So understand that if you have a 620 FICO and you are buying a condo, traditionally you'd be paying an additional 3.25% to get that mortgage. 3.25%. I don't know exactly what it is. Let's say 3% on a $300,000 house is $9,000. Okay. So you don't have to pay that right now in this market. So it's the initiative, home affordable, very, very most important. It's the most popular program we have here. And that is what you should be doing instead of MISHTA. I've been waiting to say that. Okay. I've been waiting to say that. All right. They have gift options. They have down payment assistance. They have everything. And those home affordable programs, guys, we close in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's just like any other loan.
Well, I know what I'll be posting this week. Call me 248-818-85. We're doing that one because they know at my office, I'm like, Mister, oh, good. No. It's a no. They do for condos. That's amazing.
Condos. And hey, if you up in my neck of the woods, you get up there in West Branch, manufactured housing.
Oh.
They even waive the adjustment of the manufactured housing, which that, hey, baby, man, whatever.
We'll take what we can get.
We'll take what we can get.
Y'all heard it here from the horse's mouth. Thank you so much for being on. And this is after his normal day. This is after his normal day. And it was a Wednesday, so the sales meeting. So this has been, you've been above. See, that's what I'm talking about. Your partner goes above and beyond the call of duty.
That's right, baby.
Because you could have been home playing with the new dog.
New dog.
How was that going?
He pooping on the floor.
See, gotta go.
He hasn't learned how to walk up and down the stairs either.
He need a condo.
He need right.
Like you, something to call me. Like you get,
you need a ranch. You get him a ranch, man.
Like you get ready to go.
Steps,
This has been amazing. I'm back home. This is always my home, so I just love it so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for staying. Did we miss anything? So be looking for the Purchasing Experts website to come out. Let's go. That'll be launching. It's gonna be everywhere because I'm doing the social for it, so it's gonna be everywhere. So it's really gonna be a thing. We may do a newsletter because people are like, sign me up, great info. So listen, work on getting to that 620. 620 isn't bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Get that 620. Let's get you going because as I talked about it earlier, when that fireball of sky comes out, here it comes.
Yep.
We may not have a lot of listings now. They are coming. They are coming. They are coming.
Absolutely.
Horse's mouth. He knows better than anybody what's going on with rates, programs, anything. They are working with the government all the time. So you heard it. It is the time to buy. It's also, I forgot before we ended Lost for Flown Show. What about, I got a refi question. I went blank. I was like this. Let me get back to you on that. So refi's over or 2-1 buy down, or what do you think?
So you say refis are over?
No. I don't know. I'm asking.
I wouldn't say refis are over. Here's a little fact for every realtor that's watching this. So I know you have realtor partners watching.
Yes.
So listen, man, a lot of realtors right now are taking cash offers, right? Like we do have cash offers. I should say a lot, but you do come across them.
Yeah.
This man just sold one cash. I know because we didn't get the mortgage.
He's like, Damon, you sold that house. He said, who got the loan? I was like, I sold that cash in 12 hours.
I said, you're talking into a mortgage? What do you mean cash? So if you do have clients that pay cash for homes, we do offer a program called delayed financing. Okay. So delayed financing, guys, if you pay cash for a home, you could get 75% of that cash back the next day by entering into a loan application. I get that equity. I get it back in your hand. There's no sense being cash poor right now, right? Unless you're just a millionaire, I guess, and that's not me. So let's not be cash poor. If someone pays cash for a home, set them up to be able to get their mortgage 75% of their cash back. So that way it's more advantageous for them to pay cash if they want to. But if you want to convince them to get a mortgage, I'd like that better.
Now we can end the show, guys. Thank you all for watching. This has been fantastic. This has been fantastic. Well worth it. This will be coming live now, but the rebroadcast will be coming up. What's today? Wednesday, probably Friday or Saturday. If you need anything dealing with mortgages, loans, you contact me. I'll put you in touch with the mortgage guy himself. We will get your loan up here, and one of these 9,000 great team members will touch it. You can close fast, and I don't know. One quick story.
Yeah, give me it.
Shout out to Tierra from our office. She had a client. The lady was like, I don't want to close that fast. We was like, what?
Wow.
I said, girl, tell her your boss David said you gotta close.
Yeah, we got close.
I don't want to close in 7 days. Huh? So we've run into that problem. They're closing too fast.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't want to close, let's get the closing documents to the title company so we can be done.
We'll be done.
Here, sign it whenever you want.
Here, sign this.
Sign it whenever you want. We just got to get it to the title company.
Now I can end the show. We'll be here for days. Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Yes,
thank you, Shaun, for coming on. Derek for always supporting me.
Yes.
Trip for putting up with my shenanigans and my family out there. Thank you so much. Purchase season is here. Call me 248-818-8538. Let's get these bodies in some homes. Work on their credit. 620 is nothing. Got a guy that can fix yourself too.
Yep.
I think that's it. And as always, here's hoping that your open house will close soon. Bye, everybody.
Dominate.
Now we'll